Hey guys, how's it going? Today's video is going to be my bullet journal flip through. This journal has about 6 months in it. I started bullet journaling, well I actually started in December 2017, but I think this starts in January 2018. And then I used this one up until June, and then basically life happened and then I hurt my back and I had to go on medical leave from work, and it was just discouraging for me to keep up with a journal because there was just so little going on in my life that it was just really being a downer for me. So I took a break. I'm just starting to get back into it now, and I decided to get a fresh new journal, fresh start. So this is going to be my old one. I asked on Twitter if you guys wanted to see a flip through of my old journal, setting up the new one, both or neither. I think there was like 10 votes for both and then 1 vote for each of setting up and just a flip through, so I figured I would do both, but I would do them in 2 separate videos. Also, you might be able to see that my hands are shaking. I have a hand tremor disorder, nothing serious, but if you see my hands shaking, that's why. So let's get right into it. I'm going to leave this exact journal linked down below, the link I bought it from on Amazon, if you want to check it out for yourself, but I'm going to be talking more about that in the next video, the setup video, so this one is just going to be the flip through. My cover here, I have some of my favorite stickers on here. I really love stickers, and I just thought this was a nice way to decorate the cover. Putting it up here. This page I just used as a blank cover page because it's glued, so it's not, I don't know, it's just an annoying page. So I just have my name, my phone number, and my email address, which if you can't tell is blanked out because privacy. Then here I have my index. I really like just a simple index because honestly, I don't like indexes. I don't tend to use them. I put a lot of effort into using this one, so I'm proud of it. I used 2 pages of it, but I thought something just plain and simple, minimal decorations would be what would really make me the most motivated to keep up with it, basically. So I just have index here, what it is, the page it's on. For the monthly kind of clusters I do, I put, say here, January hub, and then what is in that category, etc. But you'll see that as we go along. Like I said, here's more of it. Here was my first page. So I have my bullet journal inspiration. So these were the first couple, they're all from YouTubers that I found who had videos that I really liked and bullet journaled in a way that I really liked. I honestly didn't keep up with it at all. I don't know, I kind of got bored of it pretty quickly. I learned what I liked much faster, and you can just bookmark videos on YouTube, so there was no point writing them down. This one here is bullet journal ideas with some, stars in the background. I think I'm a pretty creative and artsy person, but I'm not as good at art. I really like art, but I don't know, I'm not really that great at it. So you'll see I've just been trying some different letterings, and these were just some ideas of spreads I wanted to have, and then I crossed them off as I did them. You'll notice that I don't use the regular bullet journal keys because I do have a daily planner that I have for most kind of generic tasks. So I don't use my journal that much for that kind of stuff because at the time that I had this, I had a really good system going for my little day-to-day things. Then I have my 2018 calendar. I never do a proper future log. I don't like it. It's not something I would ever use, but I just have this so I could see the whole calendar. Just a simple, minimalistic, yellow and pink. I don't know what to say. It's nothing fancy. Then on this page, it was in 2017 and it was just some highlights, good or bad, of the year I had in 2017. I got pneumonia, which is a very funny story. I think I've mentioned that before. I left my job at the theater where I worked for 10 years. I adopted my cat Ripley. You've seen her in videos. She's the butterscotch colored one. I started at DIY, which is the new job I had. I bought a house, which was a huge deal for me. It was my biggest life goal coming to fruition, and it was just amazing. I started getting help, and by help I mean therapy, and I became a guildmaster. So this was just my cute little highlights of the year. And then this page I didn't know what to do, so I just put one of my favorite quotes and decorated. Then we have on this page books to read and movies to watch. You can see that I made a bit of a mistake here, but that's okay. This one, I had intentions for this, but I don't know, I would write down movies that I wanted to watch and then I would color them in when I actually watched them. But usually if I want to watch a movie, I download it right away and watch it right away. So I didn't really use this spread all that much, and some of these I did watch, I just didn't color them in. So this, I might change it and make a different version of in my new planner, but I haven't decided. This one, books to read, I didn't really keep up with it. You've probably seen this spread a million times. I think it's the most common and copied one. That's why I'm not going to give credit for it, because honestly I have no idea who originally did this. I've seen so many different people doing it, but I found it on Pinterest. Basically just a bookshelf, and I was going to write in the titles of the book as I planned to read them and color them in once they were read. And I did for the first couple, but then I just kind of stopped, and now I have my reading journal, so I don't think I'm going to do this spread. I have an idea for a different books reading tracker, but you'll see that in the next video. Then I have TV shows to watch with some stickers that I love. I think I did a pretty good job at keeping up with it. I did finish up to season 6 of Adventure Time. I did finish the first 4 seasons of Sailor Moon. I finished all of Grey's Anatomy. I finished Star Trek Voyager. So, I don't know, this one, I'm just not a TV person, but I like the idea of watching TV. Well, that's not even true. Basically, I just felt left out and I wanted to catch up on some shows, but I don't enjoy watching shows. So this one is probably not going to be moved into the new journal. Here I have my reading stats, and it's hard to tell because I didn't do a good job of it, but the title is supposed to be like a little cross-stitched thing. But I have male or female authors, the total books I read, where the author comes from, and I was going to just add countries as I, got to them. Books that I either liked or didn't, a new read or a reread, the lengths, the genres, and series or standalones. This one, I really liked the idea of it, but I don't know, there's definitely some things that I'm tweaking when I'm redoing this spread in my new one, but this one I liked. I love stats. Obviously, I do booktube and authortube, so I love books, but this one I liked. It didn't really work for me. Here I have my wish list. Now, this one was a good idea, but I don't always carry around my journal when I'm just going shopping or something, so I always just have this list on my phone, which I found was so much more convenient. But I'd have things that I wanted to get in the near future on a scale of 1 to 10, how much I either wanted or needed them, the price, and when I got them. So for this one, I needed a new phone case, or I wanted a new phone case. I didn't keep up with this one. I never found that I flipped back to it, so didn't use it. This one is my finance tracker. I'm probably blurring it out for now because, now that you can read it, it's really messy. And that's the main reason why I didn't keep up with it. I kept up with it until, actually I only did 3 months of it. Yeah, it was messy. I wasn't happy with it, so it didn't really make me want to come back to it. In my new journal, I actually already redid this one, and I love it so much more. So I will be doing a proper finance tracker in my next journal, but for this one, didn't really work for me. And now we have my first monthly spread, as you can tell, January. So in purple, I have birthdays. In red, I have special days, and in orange, I have holidays. And then I colored in what weeks I get paid. I have important dates, what my focus for the month is, a brain dump to-do list, and a small calendar for the next month, and then a quote that I just thought would be good for the month by George Eliot: "It is never too late to be what you might have been." So this is just kind of fairly simple. I like the idea of this, but as you can see as we go forward, I've been tweaking my monthly spread for so long, but here's the first try. Then I have my mood tracker and my habit tracker. For moods, I really like having a specific drawing or doodle and then coloring in multiple sections of it. So say for this day, January 1st, I was mostly blue, which is sad, green was worried or anxious, and orange was neutral. So I didn't have a very good day. But let's see, the 19th, my main mood was happy, my secondary mood was goofy, and my third mood was happy again. So I really like that. It is very tedious to draw them out, but I like it. This was my habit tracker. I have changed my habits so many times because I keep I have a hard time deciding exactly which habits to track, so I'm not going to go into exactly which ones are tracked each time because it's a mess. As you could tell, this was my first one and I didn't do a great job, but yeah. Then we have two of my all-time favorites as far as productivity and functionality go, but my gratitude log. So I just 1 to 31 write down something I'm grateful for that day. And I really think that gratitude is just so important and positive energy is just so important. And I just really I love being able to look back and reread about the little things that made me happy, and even just filling this out every day. Just being mindful of the things that I'm grateful for and just the little positives. It really, really helped my outlook. And then this one is my all-time favorite. This was my biggest help for productivity and whatnot. Sorry if you can hear Ripley meowing in the background. But I just called it, how do I spend my time? I have my little key here. This is my ideal. This is my actual. The X is just because the red and the pink look too similar, so I just had to put a little X on it so you can see them. But it's basically just, oh, I started this one on the 11th, by the way, in case you're wondering why it's so short. But basically, that's the day, that's the time, and what I was mostly doing for that hour. I think that it really helped me kind of make the most of my time and be mindful of it and really be able to see how I was spending my time, and I just love this. Highly recommend. Definitely going to be using this, and you'll see that I keep using this almost in this exact same form for the rest of the journal. Then I have my nightmare log. I didn't really keep up with it because I think I've mentioned it before, but I have a lot of nightmares. I've always had mostly nightmares. I dream every night. I can remember 3 or 4 dreams from every night, and honestly, at least 75% of them are nightmares. It's always been that way. I don't know why. But I wanted to track kind of what my nightmares were about, and I wrote down little blurbs of what they were, but honestly, there's just a lot of them, and it was just kind of draining to be focusing on them over and over and over again, so I liked this in theory, but nah. This one was my sleep tracker. I have a hard time sleeping, so I put down when I was in bed with the normal lines, and then asleep was the cross-hatching. That way I could tell, how long it took me to fall asleep, how much sleep I was getting, and I really liked this. I kept using it. I will be changing it in my new journal, but we'll discuss that later. And then this was my goal review. So out of my goal, whether I felt like I succeeded at that and kind of what I did. Then I have my top 3 improvements and my top 3 events. Then I have here what I'm going to change for my next monthly spread. This is something that I really like having because I'm still fairly new to bullet journaling and I'm still really new to monthly spreads, so this would, help. And then this is just a little bit of journaling from the end of the month. I really liked this. I didn't do it as often as I wanted to, but hopefully I'll be able to do it more in the coming future. Then this is one of my favorite spreads. It just says, I want to be, and basically it's just adjectives that I love and look up to, and basically just things I want to be. And then I picked 12 of them. I put the word and then how to become that, basically. So these were basically going to be my 12 monthly focuses. I really loved this. I'm definitely going to recreate this in my new journal. I love the way it looks. I love the way it helps me focus on, my own personal growth and my personal goals, and just, really loved it. Then I have things I wanted to buy from work. I didn't really keep up with this one because I would just kind of doodle on scraps of paper at work. This is, by work, I mean when I worked at the pottery studio. The different pieces of pottery that I wanted to paint and what my plans were, but I was there so often that I just did it there. And then the kiln tracker, the date, the electricity cost for it, and the temperature, and then other notes. We have 2 different kilns. We call them original kiln and savior kiln. It's a long story. But yeah, and then I just started bringing this and tracking it at work because it was just easier than remembering it, coming home and writing it down. Then I have this one, which I really liked. It is basically every chore I can think of. I am one of those people that needs to feel productive, and that is something that I've worked on and something that I'm doing much better on. I'm not as hard on myself for it. But when I'm feeling down and depressed, I need to do something to feel productive and accomplished. And fun fact, I realized one of the best things to get me out of a funk is to do the dishes, even though I hate doing dishes, and vacuum. Because I feel productive and it just makes the house a clean space, and I absolutely love it. But anyway, I have it split up by room and then a couple other categories, and then everything I can think of to basically clean that space. This was helpful for when I was just kind of in a bit of a funk, or when I wanted to have the house perfectly clean, or doing some sort of task that I forget about sometimes, like in the living room, washing the curtains, things like that. So this spread was definitely useful, and I will definitely be recreating it in my new journal. Then I have some journaling here, and then another little doodle quote. I know nothing with certainty, but the sight of the stars makes me dream. Then we're moving on to February. So same thing. I have holidays, special, and birthdays, my focus, next month's calendar, my important dates. This month I put my change for next month at the starting of the month because that just made the most sense to me. And then a little quote here, motivation is what gets you started, habit is what keeps you going. My mood tracker, this time it was cupcakes. My habit tracker, I started getting a subscription for the boho berry box. It was fun. I liked the stickers that came with it, but honestly, for the price, there was just too many items that I wouldn't use, so I didn't get it for very long. But I figured I would use this sticker because honestly, I made it originally and I messed it up, so I just put this sticker over top of it. Again, gratitude log and how do I spend my time. I also just love the way this looks. And I don't know, it makes me smile. Like this one. See this big chunk of purple? That's fun. So that means that I just stayed up all night until 6 a.m. just having fun. And I don't know, I really like that. I also love this graph to kind of track like what I'm doing and what I'm spending my time on. So again, I love this spread. This one was my trial routine because my focus for this month was trying to get my routine kind of in place. And this was just my morning routine, bedtime routine, and my weekly chores. And I colored in when I did them. This one, I can't remember what light blue meant. Oh, light blue meant that I did it, but I did it late. Again, my sleep tracker. This piece of tape is because I made a mistake. Nothing fancy. There's the night I stayed up all night having fun. My goal review, top 3 improvements, and top 3 events. And I drew my first mandala. It's not that great, but I kind of like it. Then I have games I want to play with the little Super Nintendo here. The circle ones are games on disc, so this one is Xbox 360, this one is Wii, this one's 360. These are some Super Nintendo games I wanted to replay. Computer games, that's supposed to be my laptop. Yeah. And I would color them in when I played them. I did replay these ones, and I started replaying Splatterhouse, but I didn't finish it. Honestly, this is another one that I liked, I just didn't keep up with it. And this one I found super helpful. It's when's the last time I, and then it was dusted the house, cleaned the bed sheets, washed the curtains, cut my hair, dyed my hair, cut Spock's nails, cut Balto's nails, Balto's my bunny by the way, and bleached my hair. I like this, and I like the way that it's laid out because it's good to see how often I do things and things that maybe I don't do as often as I should, or things I do too often. So like bleaching my hair, for example, I don't want to bleach my hair too much because it's just not healthy for my hair. So this was a good way for me to make sure that I wasn't over bleaching it. And then let's say the bed sheets, making sure that I'm washing my bed sheets regularly. If you're wondering why there's 2 months that I didn't wash them at all, it's because I was switching to my new bed sheets when the like really cold season happened and they were already clean. But yeah, I found this was helpful. This is one of my all-time favorite quotes. It is by Roald Dahl, and it's, "Those who don't believe in magic will never find it." I love quotes about magic. If you have any favorite quotes about magic, comment them down below because I would love to hear them. But here is a trial weekly spread. I really liked it, but again, at this time, I had another planner that was really laid out perfectly for my weekly tasks. So I love the look of this, but I just don't use it as much. 2 more spreads that I didn't really keep up with. This one was my tattoo ideas. I don't know, I have them, basically on my computer I have a like outline of a person, and I have, on the program GIMP, it's kind of like a free alternative to Photoshop, and I just kind of plan my tattoos on there, so I don't really use this one. And this one was just because I hear so many funny quotes on WWE when I'm watching, but again, I just saved them on my phone at the time, so didn't really use these, but they were a cool idea. Then I have a couple days. I was gonna doodle something and then never got back to it. Here is March. So again, important dates, change for next month, and my focus was gonna be my health. This month's moods were cactuses, habit tracker, gratitude log, time log. Not much change there. Here was my kind of exercise, working out plan. There's my sleep tracker. Goal review, top 3 improvements, top 3 events. Another doodle of a mandala. March break meal plan. So where I work, March break is crazy hectic. So I wanted to plan out basically my meals for work. I have cat hair on there. So I have what I'm going to have on my supper break, what I'm going to eat on my 15, and my extra little snack. This was actually really helpful. I liked this. Very simple, but it was good. Here is my kind of March break and April 1st. Big plans, certain things, and this was to get ready for Camp NaNoWriMo. It went pretty decent. I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. April, I wanted to try putting it down to 1 day because I wasn't using all the space, and just important dates change for next month. It's pretty straightforward. This month is when I started making things on the computer and printing them out. This was old sticker paper that I had, so I had my mood tracker because it was getting really annoying to just keep redrawing things 30 to 31 times. So 3 stars for my top 3 moods. My habit tracker, which I did really good on this month. Gratitude log, time log. Again, this one was on a piece of sticker paper. Sleep tracker, top 3 improvements and top 3 events. It says end of month review here, but I wrote it in yellow on blue, so. May, again, calendar, change for next month, events. I actually printed out that one as little sticker. Smartest thing I've ever done. I hate writing out tiny calendars. They're so useful, but they're so tedious. Mood tracker, cupcakes. Habit tracker, again, very good. Gratitude log, time log. Sleep tracker. And this was when I don't know, it was just kind of a stressful time. So I had for my events and my improvements, I put them on a post-it note to fill out later, and I just never went back. And here is June. This is the last month that I used this for. So again, page, mood tracker, habit tracker. Again, another very good month for the habits. Gratitude log, time log, sleep tracker, and then my page I never filled out. Then this was another page that I was going to fill out. I was going hiking with my brother, and I was just getting my prep done. And basically that was just really hectic, and after that, like I said, was when I hurt my back, and I haven't used it really since then. So it's only about halfway full. I did, though, very recently have a spread for my next journal. So things I want to keep from the previous, and then how I wanted to change them. And then for monthly, what I have, how I want to change it, and little tips, I guess, because as you can tell, I have a little bit of problem with my monthly spreads. Then I have, just in pencil, my kind of trial of it. I'm not going to show this too much because I'm going to be going into it in my next video, which I'm going to probably be filming right after this. For this one, I still have quite a few pages left, so I'm going to be using this as like, not necessarily scrap paper, but kind of testing out ideas, testing out spreads. But yeah, that is my old journal. I think that it was, I don't know, it served me well. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot of things. I learned what worked and what didn't. But I'm just excited to jump into a new one with a fresh start. And I know that it's June. I'm going to probably be putting it starting July 1st technically, because it's the end of June now. But yeah, this was great, and I love that I have this to look back on, and I love being able to look back and track my moods, track my accomplishments. It helped me in the moment as far as organization goes, and I think it helps me in the future going forward because it's such a good thing to look back on, especially my gratitude log. Like, I was rereading some of those when I was first re-looking through this and seeing what I wanted to keep and change, and I don't know, it just brought a smile to my face. And even the ones that I could tell I wasn't having a good day, just like little things that just brightened up my day just a tiny bit, even that was nice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button below to let me know, and don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, usually reading or writing related, but my next video will be another bullet journal video. And I also recently joined Twitter, so feel free to follow me at Tabuggy. But I hope to see you guys next time, and until then, have a great day. Bye.